In 2005, you might remember the Democrats all screaming about, you can't do this. You will crush democratic debate. You will stop 200 years of the way things are done in the Senate. And the Republicans threatened it, but never did it. And everybody who was yelling that you can't do this are the ones now who are saying, oh, yeah, of course you can do this. This is great. This is a really good idea.
Yeah, it's not 1974 you have to reach back for these clips. I mean, the fact that it was just
2005.
The previous president.
Yes.
I mean, one president ago.
Yeah.
And the second term of that president.
So here's what they were saying back in 2005.
But if the right of free and open debate is taken away from the minority party...
And if that voice sounds familiar, it should. It's the President of the United States.
But if the right of free and open debate is taken away from the minority party and the millions of Americans who ask us to be their voice, I fear that the already partisan atmosphere in Washington will be poisoned to the point where no one will be able to agree on anything.
The checks and balances which have been at the core of this republic
Chucky Schumer
are about to be evaporated by the nuclear option.
In these cases, the filibuster serves as a check on power and preserves our limited government.
The nuclear option, if successful, will turn the Senate into a body that could have its rules broken at any time by a majority of senators unhappy with any position taken by the minority.
This nuclear option is ultimately an example of the arrogance of power.
So this president has come to the majority here in the Senate and basically said, change the rules.
Hillary.
Do it the way I want it done. And I guess there just weren't very many voices on the other side of the aisle that acted the way previous generations of senators have acted and said, Mr. President, we're with you. We support you. But that's a bridge too far. We can't go there.
Why have a bicameral legislative body? Why have two chambers?
Good question.
What were the framers thinking about 218 years ago? They understood, Mr. President, that there is a tyranny of the majority.
If the Republican leadership insists on forcing the nuclear option, the Senate becomes ipso facto the House of Representatives, where the majority rules supreme and the party in power can dominate and control the agenda with absolute power.
I say to my friends on the Republican side, you may own the field right now.
Wow.
But you won't own it forever. And I pray God when the Democrats take back control, we don't make the kind of naked power grab you are doing.
Oh, wow.
Joe Biden.
He prayed to God they wouldn't do the same thing that they just did yesterday.
Wow.
They exercised the nuclear option. And nuclear. They all railed against it.
Yeah.
Heavily, heartily, with incredible passion. It was evil to do. And now it's perfectly fine because these Republicans are so bad. They're, jeez.
It really is amazing. I mean, a couple things there. You see, first of all, president, vice president, the one that everyone thinks is going to be the candidate next time, Hillary. And by the way, I mean, this is off topic a little bit, but it is going to be really difficult for her to become president of the United States with that voice.
Yes, it
I mean,
is.
that is,
yes, it is.
Hurts physically to hear it. It's not the case with any other candidate on the Democratic side. No other female on the Democratic side sounds that way.
I am sick and tired of people who say that if you debate and you disagree with this administration, somehow you're not patriotic, and we should stand up and say, we are Americans and we have a right to debate and disagree with any administration. Anytime we want to.
Yeah, when she gets all hopped up, it's going to be interesting.
I got to say, when you think about a year of campaigning with that, I mean, that's probably half the reason she lost last time.
Yeah,
and the same thing might burn her again on this one. But just the amazing thing, of course, is that the Republicans did essentially the same thing. They were for it in 2005, and they're against it now. Now, you point out correctly, Pat, they didn't actually do it.
They didn't do it.
They did. They threatened it. And
say it all you want. Mm-hmm. Say it all you want that they flip-flop just like we're doing.
They did.
If you're a Democrat. But the fact is, they did not pull the trigger on this, nor did they even try.
No, they didn't try.
They just threatened. They never took a vote on this. Otherwise, they could have easily passed it. Back then, just like the Democrats did yesterday. They could have done the same thing, and they didn't. It's amazing to listen to the impassioned speeches of this president, his vice president, and every ranking Democrat in the Senate, just railing against how evil this is.
Now, a couple of the red state Democrats that are in serious trouble for re-election did vote on the correct side.
To their credit, I'll take it.
I'll take it, although they knew that was going to pass anyway, and they're protecting their backs. The one guy I will give credit to, however, is Carl Levin. Oddly, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this.
That's kind of weird.
Out of all of them,
I'm surprised.
You got to be, and he made a long, impassioned speech about why it shouldn't happen.
I didn't see that.
So you give him a little bit of credit there,
sure,
because for him to step up, he doesn't need to play the politics.
Yeah, he's not in trouble in Michigan.
Every once in a while, this used to happen with Robert Byrd when he was in the Senate.
Some of them actually believe in things.
Some of them believe in the structure, even if they're complete morons like Robert Byrd was.
Well, you know who Kucinich is another one of those guys who believes in certain things. And Kucinich was a guy who didn't want to go to war, and he railed against. He wanted to impeach the president over Libya.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah.
So some of them do have actual principles, and we're just always amazed when we see that surface.
How good is the Biden one, though, at the end of that? The Biden one is good.
I pray to God that when the Democrats are in power, we won't do the same thing.
He predicts the exact thing he did.
Wow.
I mean, this is Biden, and you can't, this is why you can never trust a word he says. I doubt he meant it then at all. But the passion.
Yeah.
And the disgust for the Republicans when they were doing the exact same thing.
It is amazing hypocrisy, isn't it? Amazing hypocrisy. Amazing. Really bad people. Some have said maybe the worst people living.
Some have said that?
Some have said, yeah. Yeah. I don't know who, but I've heard it.